Thank you for being here with us today. We're thrilled to share our new name and enhanced services, including USC WorkWell Center, formerly Center for Work and Family Life. And we're super excited to share the details of the WorkWell Center, along with highlighting the USC Healthy Campus. So I'm the director of the USC WorkWell Center. My name is Laura Hilton. We are USC's long-standing employee assistance program. My background's in research psychology, public health, and program evaluation. And I was previously a researcher at RAND Corporation for about 20 years and was a Deloitte consultant. I joined the Trojan family in August of 2020 with a vision to refresh the center with enhancements to our traditional employee assistance program. We continue to provide cost-free and confidential counseling, executive coaching, consultations for organizational issues, and crisis management, and have expanded to include work-life support, health and wellness with a prevention approach. Today, we'll highlight our flagship program from our new health and well-being team under the leadership of Julie Chabdi, who's here with us. It's called USC Healthy Campus. I'm excited to introduce Julie, who'll share about our refreshed center and how we're delivering these high impact programs.
Thank you, Laura, and thank you all for the opportunity to be here with you today. I'm Julie Chabdi, Health and Wellbeing Program Manager with USC's WorkWell Center. In my role, I'll be collaborating with campus partners to develop a strategy, initiatives, programs, and resources to improve health and well-being for USC faculty and staff, and to create a healthy culture and work and learning environment. I came to USC in December 2020 and previously worked at UC Riverside for 12 years as the Faculty and Staff Wellness Program Manager and co-chair of UCR Healthy Campus. I've also held several leadership roles for the entire University of California system, serving as the one of the leads for the UC-wide Healthy Campus Network and the lead for the UC Smoke Tobacco-Free Policy implementation. Prior to higher ed, I worked as the wellness manager for Johnson & Johnson, and I have my bachelor's in biology and my master's in public health from UCLA. And now I'm excited to be part of the Trojan community and to bring my expertise, successes, and best practices to USC. So in the time we have with you, we'll introduce our refreshed WorkWell Center, review the case for employee well-being, share USC Healthy Campus strategy and implementation plan, and our progress to date and how you can get involved.
So first, a little bit of background about our refreshed center and offerings. So benchmarking other higher education institutions' employee wellness programs and pulling in the best practices from the business sector and literature on what works in the workplace, I developed a vision with USC's central mission and our core value of well-being in mind. We began our organizational transformation just as President Folt announced the unifying values, with well-being being one of the 6 values. Further, the importance of our work was really highlighted by the surging pandemic, which has driven more people than ever to seek assistance for themselves and their teams and their families. We provide individual and institutional supports that are held accountable in evidence-based program development, responsiveness, and utilization and outcomes by our leaders. At the core of our work, we recognize that the thoughts, feelings, physical health, and environment are all connected with job performance. And with our new operating model, we set out to elevate the employee experience. The center has provided services to our Trojan faculty and staff for over 40 years. But as the world around us changes and our employees strive to make health and well-being a part of their everyday, so have we. We've transformed the organization to meet these needs. Our mission is that we empower USC faculty and staff to thrive in mind, body, and spirit so our people are engaged, productive, and happy. We provide programs and resources for over 20,000 USC benefited employees that help them flourish professionally and personally. And we provide these services through cost-free and confidential counseling, coaching, consults, critical incident support, and health and wellness promotion and education programs. At the USC WorkWell Center, we help USC employees to be successful, productive, and engaged through a holistic approach to work-life wellness. So empowering faculty and staff to be their best selves personally and professionally, and with a new approach on health promotion, the USC WorkWell Center provides the following programs and services that are free and convenient for faculty and staff. Counseling. This is confidential, solution-focused, brief intervention to help employee identify and resolve personal concerns that may affect their work and support navigating their health plan benefits for long-term counseling. In terms of coaching, we provide an experiential and individualized leader development process guided by International Coaching Federation certified professionals. This builds on a leader's capability to achieve short and long-term organizational and/or personal goals. Workplace Consults offers leaders constructive approaches to solving problems and helping them support, empower, and manage their teams. And of course, our health and well-being program that we're really focused on today. This new program focuses on that health promotion and education, offering the resources, events, and activities, such as the successful Healthy Habits webinars and fall 2021's Fight on Football Wellness Challenge. These support our faculty and staff in leading healthy lifestyles. This also includes our flagship program, USC Healthy Campus. We do talks and group sessions. So these are trainings, talks, and sessions that are available and specially tailored for departments on a variety of well-being topics. And we offer Life Works for USC. These are for mental health concerns of a personal nature to assess and self-serve digital well-being resources. Benefited employees now have access to affiliate providers through the award-winning LifeWorks for USC platform. And lastly, but certainly not least, critical incident and crisis interventions. These are for individuals and teams following high-impact events and partnering with departments across campus to prevent and manage crises. So here's a quick glance at our WorkWell team. We have licensed counselors, health and well-being experts with a passion for supporting work-life balance, mental health, and wellness. We have two offices, one at Figueroa campus and one at Health Sciences, one at UPC in the Figueroa building and one at Health Sciences campus in Soto 1. If you call our main line, you will likely get Susan, our office manager, just to put a face to the name. So let's dig into our case for health and wellness. The purpose of USC's WorkWell Center and our USC Healthy Campus is to develop a comprehensive, collaborative, and long-term strategy that emphasizes the value and importance of a culture of health and well-being. But what's the business case for a health promoting university? What's the ROI, right? Past research has shown that success of an organization is linked to the well-being of its workforce, as evidenced by improved health, productivity and engagement, reduced costs of healthcare, disability, workers' comp, and certainly absenteeism. And further, this approach aligns with our mission and our core unifying value of well-being, where we honor the whole person. Benchmarking against other higher ed institutions, these wellness programs are now focusing on worker well-being, which in addition to physical health encompasses so much more: emotional resilience, stress management, financial fitness, and more. It forms the basis of our Healthy Campus initiative. Further, the concept of a culture of health and wellness is increasingly recognized by organizations because where we work, teach, and learn directly impacts the physical, mental, economic, and social well-being of our people, and in turn, the health of their families, communities, and society as a whole. But why do we need to build a healthy campus, and why now? Well, the time is right. From USC's culture journey, we have a mandate to explore and expand our wellness offerings. Our infrastructure needs tending. We need to create that high value, high impact programs based on evidence and the need of our people. So to move the needle on the culture of health, we need to establish and maintain multi-component, evidence-based health promotion programs that improve organizational health alongside individual health. Our Trojan community needs us to be the connectors and conveners of rich benefits that exist in pockets across campus. USC has myriad resources related to health and wellness. However, there isn't a hub through which all employees can easily access these robust services across campus. And simply put, being a lead healthy campus means attracting and retaining top talent, faculty and staff, and supporting their health, engagement, and productivity. Now let's dig into the strategy and turn it over to Julie.
Thank you, Laura, for that great overview. So I'm so excited to share our health and well-being strategy and look forward to your input and collaboration. The development is based on best practices in the field and years of leadership experience with similar work on other campuses. I'll emphasize that what I share is a collective impact approach, and we seek your partnership to make this vision a reality. And I look forward to working with all of you in some way to contribute to the Healthy Campus strategy together. So the strategy covers 4 key areas that aim to increase awareness, education, skill building, experiential learning, motivation, and behavior change through the promotion of existing health and well-being resources, wellness program, and education. Build a framework for creating a culture of health and well-being through our senior leader champion, advisory committee, wellness ambassadors, and supporting the culture journey work. And embedding and infusing health and well-being elements throughout USC through practices, policies, systems, and the infrastructure through the built environment and sustainability. Therefore, having a positive impact on both the individual and the institutional level. And our ultimate goal is to create and sustain a healthy work, learning, and living environment at USC. So now I'll go into each piece of our strategy. The first one is focused on individual personal well-being through promoting existing health and well-being resources, education, and programs such as workshops, wellness challenges, and healthy lifestyle programs. An example is one of our Healthy Habits webinar series, where we partnered with others from areas like sustainability, EH&S, HR, health plans, occupational therapy, hospitality, dining, recreational sports, KSOM, and our campus wellbeing education department, where we had over 4,000 RSVPs for all 8 sessions. And we also coordinated a very successful Fight On Football Wellness Challenge with over 800 participants. We also work with our partners to put together a health and wellbeing directory, as well as a WorkWell guide with many more to come. So all of this has paved the way for successful partnerships and innovative programming. Future topics will be determined by our needs assessment, evidence from the literature, and our advisory committee. The second piece of the strategy is building the framework for creating a culture of health and well-being. And that starts from the top, having a Healthy Campus senior leader champion, extremely vital for success. And we're pleased to share that Felicia Washington, Senior Vice President of HR, Equity, and Compliance, has agreed to be our Healthy Campus champion. This leadership support formalizes the program, sends a message that USC prioritizes health and wellness, communicates the purpose and value to all levels of the organization, and recognizes that health is a strategic priority to be integrated consistently across the enterprise. So having high-level leadership engagement elevates our profile, our expertise, and visibility as we convene and collaborate with key stakeholders across USC. It is our hope that leadership will role model and support well-being practices, ongoing communications, and engagement for well-being with the entire campus community. With our partners from Campus Wellbeing and Education, we are aligning our efforts and expertise to contribute to and elevate the unifying value of well-being identified in USC's culture journey. And the Healthy Campus Advisory Committee convened for the first time in March 2022. And later or early next year, we'll have a network of wellness ambassadors. We'll also explore and partner to create a healthy department certification program to support and recognize schools and units who exemplify identified health and well-being criteria. So the overall goal is to really build this framework and to make it sustainable and really look at healthy culture change from all angles. So we would love your expertise and representation in these various aspects. The third piece focuses on practices, policies, structures, and systems with a goal to embed and infuse health and well-being elements throughout USC. Some examples include working with HR to embed health and well-being into recruitment, onboarding, trainings, and this aligns nicely with the Culture Journeys work focused around people development. We'll also explore opportunities with faculty, connecting with faculty affairs and the academic senate. And we'll activate a health in all policies approach, looking at population health by embedding health considerations into decision-making processes to improve health of all communities and people. So we'll look at and consider new policies as well as existing guidelines that support well-being. Examples could include flexible work arrangements and schedules, revisiting the time off and leave policies, healthy food and beverage guidelines, work-life policies, breastfeeding and lactation accommodation policies, and strengthening the existing smoke and tobacco-free policy. And we welcome other ideas from all of you on where health can be incorporated into our practices, policies to positively impact the campus community. And then finally, we will work to understand and address health equity issues and support remote work and future of work transformation to ensure that health and well-being concepts are incorporated into these emerging areas. And then finally, our last section is the infrastructure and sustainability through the built environment, which is really important as we all start to make our way back to campus and really supporting our faculty, staff, students, and visitors. So this involves working with campus planners, sustainability, and many partners to engineer health and well-being into our physical environment. Some examples include creating accessible and attractive stairwells to support activity and sustainability, open spaces for relaxation and distancing and nature, walking and biking paths to promote activity and social connection, hydration stations to increase water access and reduce single plastic bottles, lactation rooms to support mothers returning to work, and working with hospitality on product placement, pricing, and promotions, and our partners at OT and EH&S to ensure that both our home and work offices are set up ergonomically so we can work productively and safely. So these are all collaborative efforts that we hope to find partners like all of you to help us make this a reality at USC. Implementing the strategy, this is informed from a collective impact model, and our strategy will include an advisory committee formed from schools, units, and divisions, and they will provide strategic direction and guidance. I will be chairing the advisory committee, and we hope to have a faculty co-chair in the near future. And our senior leader champions will be sponsoring our advisory committee. Evolving from the advisory committee will be work groups or subcommittees formed based on our needs assessment and our committee input. Work groups will consist of chairs and co-chairs as well as members who will be tasked to research best practices, strategies, target indicators, and develop an action plan to support the overall strategy. And I've listed a few examples there on your screen. Finally, the programs identified by the work groups or subcommittees will be deployed by our Healthy Campus ambassadors across the university. And these are school and unit representatives that will disseminate programs and provide feedback so that we ensure that there's a bidirectional flow of information. So to learn more about USC Healthy Campus and to get involved in either the advisory committee or the associate work groups and subcommittees, or to be a wellness ambassador, just contact me, Julie Chabdi, Health and Wellbeing Program Manager at jchabdi@usc.edu. And we welcome your input, contributions, and partnership. Real briefly, as of March 2022, we have socialized USC Healthy Campus with many units and divisions at USC. And you'll see that we've also conducted one-on-ones with key partners. We've conducted presentations. And so the bolded ones with the cardinal font and asterisks are the units that have agreed to be part of Healthy Campus in some way. And here's a look at the academic side of the house. As you see, we've engaged so many schools and units, and we hope to continue to do so going forward as we seek to better understand the culture and the uniqueness of each unit, school, and faculty body, and really secure commitment to be part of our Healthy Campus movement. We have a survey, which is a key component of the initiative, which will be offered in the near future to gather data to drive strategy, gauge success of the program over time. Responses will be anonymous and only aggregate data will be shared, and also at the school and unit level on an aggregate form. When the survey comes out, we encourage all faculty and staff to take the survey and to help us to get the word out. The survey will include questions from the following categories and will map back to our overall Healthy Campus strategy. So we'll be looking at employee interests and priorities, health and quality of life, lifestyle behaviors, leadership and organizational support, values and culture, practices and policies, and environmental support. In terms of KPIs, based on the literature of health promotion and education programs and our validated workplace outcomes metrics, we will collect and analyze data related to the following domains as appropriate and available. Looking at improved health, productivity, reduced costs, improved workforce experience, and last but not least, culture change. These outcomes will be collected through a variety of data sources that we've already identified, as well as the Healthy Campus survey mentioned earlier. Our team will work with faculty experts to conduct data analysis of the survey results and will be shared in both aggregate and USC enterprise-wide, and also by schools and units. We will produce an annual milestone report showcasing outcomes, trends, and recommendations, and sharing that with leadership and key stakeholders. And we hope to publish and present on these innovations to get the word out that USC values health and well-being of the Trojan community. Here's a brief look at a few highlights we've accomplished over 2021. I mentioned quite a bit already, so I'll just mention a few things here. We've established our team, which includes myself and a full-time program coordinator, and we've established internships with 4 schools: public health, psychology, business, and nutrition gerontology. We've also worked to integrate health and well-being into the onboarding process. We've created resource guides and supported experts at both USC colleagues and schools and units around the nation. And we've provided recommendations on well-being practices included in our future of work recommendations, as well as the onboarding playbook for supervisors. So finally, how can you get involved? That's a lot of details about Healthy Campus and the WorkWell Center, and there's so many ways for you to get involved. You can commit 1 or 2 hours a month to serve on the Healthy Campus Advisory Committee or the associated subcommittees once they are determined. This is a great way to obtain professional development, networking, and service credit, and also to be part of innovative strategy. You can collaborate with us, serve as a resource expert, partner with us on programs, potential research opportunities. You can integrate health and well-being into the work that you do, into your academic practices, in your offices, classrooms. So reach out to us for more information on how to do this. And finally, be a role model. Support, promote, and inspire your colleagues and peers to live a healthy lifestyle and to contribute to a culture of health at USC. And of course, participate in our programs and events. Feel free to reach out to us with any questions, suggestions, or comments. And thank you so much and have a healthy day.